We have breaking news just into the Fox 5 newsroom. The state appeals court has removed Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis from the election interference case. Now, the court did not dismiss the indictment. The case against President-elect Donald Trump and others has been stalled for months while the court considered the appeal. It'll be up to the Prosecuting Attorneys Council of Georgia to find another prosecutor and to decide whether to continue to pursue that case. And Willis could appeal to the state Supreme Court, so we'll keep you posted.
Donald Trump has achieved a significant legal triumph as Fani Willis, the Fulton County District Attorney, has been disqualified from prosecuting him in the high-stakes Georgia election interference case. This groundbreaking decision by the Georgia Court of Appeals has sent shockwaves through the political and legal landscapes, effectively halting the progress of a case that has long been a focal point of controversy and debate. The court's ruling, which cited an appearance of impropriety due to Willis's relationship with a top prosecutor on the case, has not only stalled Trump's legal battles, but also raised profound questions about the intersections of politics and justice. Join us as we dissect this pivotal moment in American politics. Courtroom Drama.
You can't make this stuff up. You walked in and said, I've got another bit of breaking news for you.
Yeah.
What's the latest
This is
on
my
it?
Christmas gift to you.
Yeah, thanks.
So no problem. But listen, this is really remarkable. So let's bring everybody's minds back to months ago, right? Fulton County, Georgia. Remember that cannot miss TV of Fani Willis, the DA there, and her chief deputy, Nathan Wade, who she had a romantic relationship among some period of time, testifying about that relationship because Donald Trump and his defense team, along with the other 18 defendants in that case, all said, wait a second. You cannot have this relationship. They were, putting Nathan Wade on the books. He was a special assistant district attorney. This is all improper.
The recent decision by the Georgia Court of Appeals marks a pivotal moment in the ongoing legal saga surrounding former President Donald Trump. On December 19, 2024, the appeals court ruled to disqualify Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis and her team from prosecuting Trump in the high-profile election interference case. The ruling did not dismiss the indictment against Trump, but rendered Willis and her assistant DAs powerless to proceed with the prosecution, effectively halting the case's progress under her leadership. The court's majority opinion, authored by Judge E. Trenton Brown III and joined by Judge Todd Markle, emphasized that the trial court had erred by failing to disqualify DA Willis and her office initially. The key issue centered around Willis's relationship with Nathan Wade, a former special prosecutor assigned to the case, which the court deemed a significant appearance of impropriety. This relationship raised concerns about the potential biases and conflicts of interest that could undermine the fairness and impartiality of the prosecution. The ruling stated, quote, "While we recognize that an appearance of impropriety generally is not enough to support disqualification, this is the rare case in which disqualification is mandated and no other remedy will suffice to restore public confidence in the integrity of these proceedings." This stringent language underscores the court's recognition of the potential erosion of public trust due to Willis's actions and the perceived conflict of interest. This disqualification means that the future of Trump's case is now in a state of legal limbo, with the Prosecuting Attorneys Council of Georgia tasked with appointing a new prosecutor should they choose to continue the case. The uncertainty leaves Trump's legal team in a favorable position, as the removal of Willis and her team removes a significant hurdle in his path to potentially clearing his name of the election interference charges. It also highlights the delicate balance courts must maintain between addressing actual misconduct and avoiding undue interference in prosecutorial discretion. Trump's legal triumph. For Trump and his legal team, the disqualification of DA Willis is a monumental victory. In an exclusive interview with Fox News Digital, Trump vehemently criticized the case, labeling it a disgrace to justice and an orchestrated attack by the Biden Department of Justice aimed at undermining his political ambitions. He asserted, quote, "There is no way such corrupt people can lead a case and then it gets taken over by somebody else." Trump's attorney, Steve Sadow, echoed these sentiments, declaring the ruling well-reasoned and just, and framing it as the end of a politically motivated persecution. The ruling not only halts the immediate prosecution efforts, but also sends a broader message about the vulnerabilities within the legal system when high-profile political figures are involved. The disqualification serves as a significant setback for Trump's opponents, who sought to leverage the Georgia case to impede his return to the White House. By removing Willis and her team, the court has effectively neutralized a major legal threat. Behind the scenes.
The judge basically gave DA Willis an option, said, look, Nathan Wade's got to go, or you and your office have to go. What happened? She made a decision. She got rid of Nathan Wade. Trump's team turned around and said, not good enough.
Right.
We want you all to go. The Court of Appeals took up that case. The Court of Appeals has now ruled. And what the court has said, Phil, in their ruling is that there was no other option but to disqualify the district attorney to restore public confidence.
The catalyst for Willis's disqualification was her romantic relationship with Nathan Wade, a former prosecutor on Trump's case. The relationship came under intense scrutiny when allegations surfaced that it compromised Willis's impartiality. During a hearing in February, both Willis and Wade testified about the relationship, which had begun in the spring of 2022 and ended in the summer of 23. Despite their claims that the relationship did not influence their professional duties, the court found that it created an undeniable appearance of impropriety. Judge Scott McAfee, who presided over the initial trial proceedings, determined that the relationship warranted Willis's removal from the case to preserve the integrity of the prosecution. Although Wade resigned shortly after the relationship was revealed, the lingering perception of bias was deemed sufficient by the appeals court to mandate Willis's disqualification. Legal experts weigh in.
Process-wise, what does that mean?
Right.
That means that the DA and the DA's office, the Fulton County District Attorney's office, is completely removed from this case. Does not mean the case goes away. Georgia has a policy that when this happens, basically goes to a board of other DAs, and they decide on another office in the counties around Fulton that would pick it up. So another district attorney would then take the case. But Fani Willis, who campaigned on this, who said that, she was going to make it her mission to, get Donald Trump for what she said he did in Fulton County, trying to overturn the results of the 2020 election, completely removed.
The disqualification of DA Willis has sparked a robust discussion among legal experts about the broader implications for Trump's case and the American judicial system. John Yoo, a UC Berkeley law professor, shared his insights on America's Newsroom, emphasizing that this ruling could reshape the landscape of legal proceedings involving former presidents. Yoo pointed out that the decision underscores the necessity of avoiding even the appearance of bias in high-profile cases to maintain public trust in the judicial process. Emory law professor Alicia Hughes highlighted the unprecedented nature of prosecuting a president-elect, noting that the judicial system is navigating uncharted territory. She expressed concerns about the potential for further procedural delays and the challenges of appointing a new prosecutor who can handle the complex and politically charged nature of the case. And former prosecutor Ash Joshi remarked that the appeals court's decision reflects a cautious approach by courts when dealing with cases involving former presidents. Joshi suggested that the reluctance to proceed could indicate a broader hesitancy within the judiciary to tackle politically sensitive prosecutions. Trump's path to the White House.
So if you're Trump and the other defendants saying, okay, now everybody's thrown off the case. The DA that was running the show just got thrown out of the movie theater. So maybe let's see what happens.
At the very least, raise your hand and say, hey, let's look at this again, right?
Totally.
I mean, that's what's happening.
It is an unbelievable change of events. And again, when you think about what's going on with Donald Trump right now, right? The way that he even said recently, everyone's trying to be my friend. Right. People are coming down to Mar-a-Lago to see him. These cases were the thing that everybody thought would take Donald Trump out. They're just going away.
The disqualification of DA Willis leaves the future of the Georgia election interference case uncertain. The Prosecuting Attorneys Council of Georgia now has the authority to appoint a new prosecutor, but the process is fraught with challenges. Finding a prosecutor who can handle a case impartially and manage the extensive resources required is no small feat. And if Willis chooses to appeal the ruling to the state Supreme Court, the case could experience further delays. Should the Prosecuting Attorneys Council decide to proceed with the case, the new prosecutor would need to navigate the complex web of legal and political factors that have already influenced the proceedings. A nation divided.
Time and again, it seems Donald Trump is escaping his day in court, reaching a final conclusion, a judgment in any of these cases. It's kind of extraordinary.
It's incredible, Jim. I remember 2 years ago and speaking with Trump's lawyers when it wasn't clear if Trump would be facing federal charges. They told me that they were most concerned about what was going on in Georgia because, of course, a state-level case is outside the scope of a presidential pardon. They said that was a case at that time that concerned them the most.
The disqualification of DA Willis has elicited strong reactions from various segments of the public and the media. Supporters of Trump have hailed the ruling as a vindication against what they perceive as politically motivated prosecutions. Media outlets across the political spectrum have covered the story extensively, analyzing the legal reasoning behind the court's decision and debating its implications for the future of American politics. Critics argue the disqualification sets a concerning precedent for political influence over the judicial process, potentially undermining the principle of impartial justice. They contend that the appearance of impropriety, even if not substantial, should not prevent prosecution, as it could lead to selective enforcement based on political convenience. Now it's time to hear from you. What are your thoughts on the disqualification of DA Fani Willis and its impact on Donald Trump's legal and political future? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below.